Hey everybody, Greg Comeaux, March 10th, the eve of my mom's 1 year passing, so prayers for her as she sits in heaven with my dad. And everything's great on a Friday night, starting to drizzle here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And what I wanted to talk about tonight was recharging and refocusing. A lot of the people that I'm out there currently giving advice to from 40 plus years of experience, not really per se to bodybuilders or trying to tame the bodybuilding world, because those are different animals all to themselves. They're incredible athletes, the men and women that are out there today. And I'm going to talk a little bit about steroids and the controversies and the implications of what people are always saying. Why a person that looks good has to be on steroids. First and foremost, what I'd like to talk about is there's so many great bodybuilders that are out there today with incredible genetics, from the Dennis Wolf to Phil Heath and the likes of the Flex Wheelers and the Kevin Leronis and the many others that are out there, as well as the women that are out there on the scene who have incredible legs and glutes and just the symmetry in some of the people that are out there in the world of bodybuilding today, and the figure contestants and the fitness contestants is amazing. And just to clarify it, it's not my business whether or not these people take steroids or not. I'm sure everyone in life takes something to get his or her build better. I've done it. I did it 30 years ago. If at this point in time in my life I need it, my testosterone levels become low enough to where I need something, I promise you I will seek that help, because I want a quality of life that's going to help me, especially as I age. When your hormones start to go deficient as you get older, that's when the problems arise of sleep deprivation, visceral fat around your body, slower metabolisms, and the foods that you eat, the waters you drink, and the air you breathe just isn't the same metabolically as you were when you were younger. So, the advances in technology nowadays with the components of products that are out there on the shelves are nothing short of incredible and miraculous. So when you look good and you feel good, I'm 62 years of age, and people sometimes imply, hey, is it roids? Was it 30 years ago? Absolutely. But it was for a short time. I wasn't quite good enough to make it in the bodybuilding world, because to go to the top at the Olympia or the Mr. Universe, you really have to have an exceptional build, and you have to be totally dedicated and work really, really hard and diet really, really hard. And I don't think I could stand that test of time for any length of time to have gotten to the top like a lot of those guys and girls have. And needless to say, their genetic pools are incredible, but they also work very hard. And when people try to discredit them and minimize what they've done by saying it's steroids, that's the furthest thing from the truth there is. It's like saying you became a great batter, Babe Ruth, because you drank. Or you became a great basketball Michael Jordan player because you drank beer before a game, or Steve Prefontaine, who used to drink a little beer before he ran 1,500 meters or whatever it was, 3,000 meters. He was a great runner. People do all sorts of things to compensate or just to have fun or whatever it is they do it for, even if it's to get the intangible, to get that one up. People are always going to do that. People are always going to do different exercises, different motivational tools that are accessible out there. But I don't think it's always drugs. And I do think in the future that a certain amount of steroid technology and growth hormone technology, stem cell, nanotechnological advances out there are going to be the wave of the future for men and women, that are getting up in age like I am, to live better, healthier qualities of life. I mean, there's a good book out there by, I think it was Terry Grossman and Ray Kurzweil, called Fantastic Voyage, and it talks about the application of products that are available to us in the next 5 to 10 years. If we can stay there, our bodies, when the technology has advanced in the next 5 to 10 years, can carry us like the next century moved for 100 years. The next 100 years are going to move like 1,000 years technologically. So the advances in medicine and how people grow and stay young is probably going to be incredible. You're going to have what they say is a civilization of 25-year-olds out there, even though they may be 80, 90, 100 years of age. That's neither here nor there. It hadn't happened yet, but there are a lot of people out there that are looking great because of the products they take, because they take good care of their body. They're proactive about it, which I have really tried to be the last 30 years of my life. When I got out of bodybuilding, after taking steroids, I realized It just wasn't quite for me. I was a track athlete at heart, and I excelled at it. But along the way, I got carried away with bodybuilding. I couldn't make up my mind whether I wanted to play golf, whether I wanted to do track and field, whether I wanted to bodybuild. So I embarked on all of those, and I loved them, and I still love them to this day. But my quality of life is the most important to me. And so as of late, what I've done is I've tried to tell people that I deal with one-on-one when they call me and they want personal workouts, eating consultation, and a workout program for, a week, a month, 90 days, whatever it is. I try to impart the wisdom and the experience that I've gotten over the years that has garnered me a pretty nice build and a quality of life at 62 years of age. I feel good. I basically go from heavy weights for 21 days to medium weights to 21 to 30 days and down to a lighter weight contraction movement with higher reps for about 30 to 60 days. And I find that works incredibly advantageously for me because I get a great voluminous pump, whether it be in the arms, shoulders, whatever body part I'm working. I usually work 2 body parts a day. And my weeks are usually 10 days. That way I give myself ample time to rest and recuperate. I don't tear my body apart, so my recuperation periods are a lot quicker. I think it's a lot smarter, at least on my behalf, at 62 years of age to say, hey, I get to not fill myself up with foods, but eat the right components of foods nutritionally. So I sleep better at night, a lot better than I was, 10 years ago. I don't have the lactic acid buildups and the inflammation that I used to have, so I'm not laboriously, lamenting at nighttime thinking, God, I have to get to sleep, and you spiral downward into this snowball effect of thinking, God, I'm never going to sleep, and then it presses on your mind, and after a while, there's so many people that tell me the worst thing I have, Greg, is sleep deprivation. Insomnia is a monster because you don't recuperate right. The foods that you eat probably aren't being digested properly because you're up and down. And, I think if you can find a rest period like I do, I try to go about 10:30 at night, every night, and I try to get that 6 to 8 hours of sleep. And when I wake up 5:36 every day, I spring out of bed. I feel great. I'm energized. I had a buddy of mine, he's 37 years of age tonight, telling me works at a car dealership. He said, I just don't have the energy that I used to have. And I said, I think if you eat right, cut out the smoking, he smoked cigarettes, and I said, and try to minimize the sugars in your life. And I said, if you can do those things, take out the sugars, take out the sweets, take out the simplex carbohydrates, the fast moving carbohydrates, that way your body won't be dependent on that sugar. And once you have that sugar drop, what happens is your metabolism drops, you start to get a little visceral fat, you get lethargic, you get tired. 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're worn out from work, and more times than not, if you're a workout freak or you like to go to the gym 2 or 3 times a week, more times than not, you'll inevitably say, tomorrow, the next day, and the next day, and before you know it, it's a snowball, and you're not only a couch potato, but you're out of shape. So what I say is I always make the parallels of the tortoise and the rabbit. I'm the tortoise, a 62-year-old tortoise. I'm just prodding along, enjoying my quality of life, enjoying the journey. I'm looking around. They got a lot better looking guys, a lot better shape out there, but I'm in it for the long haul. And, I looked at my mom the last year of her life, and it was a tough quality of life she had. She wasn't one that was much for exercise. They were old school, but it was a tough way to go down the last year of her life, as it was for my father with neuropathy and osteoarthritis and a heart condition. And I thought, I hope to God, that I have the intuition to stay proactive about my quality of life like I'm doing now, and I think I always will, for seeing the 2 people I loved, some of the people I loved the most in my life, and had, just everything in my life I predicated on what they had taught me, except fitness. And I thought, well, I'm the new school, even though I'm part of the old school. I want people to know out there, it's never too late. If you're out of shape and you feel like I can't do this, that's why I have in-home workouts that I want to give to you. So you can work out in the comfort of your own home, and I promise you, it doesn't take 15, 20 minutes out of your day. But if you think somebody told you, if I could give you 15 minutes a day, and give you back the life you wanted and the quality of life you wanted, what would it be worth it to you? Would it be worth a new house? Would it be worth a new car? Would it be worth $1 million? Because in the day that you're on your back and you're dying, and I've had 3 or 4 friends pass away in the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 months that were all around 60 years of age, 59, 58 years of age. And they all died from one cirrhosis of the liver from food, another one from food, diabetic coma, and another person that went from a heart attack just because they didn't take care of their bodies and they didn't eat correctly and they didn't exercise for just 5 to 15, 20 minutes a day, 3 to 4 days a week can absolutely change your life, can change someone's life that you know, that you may have an effect on, that looks up to you and you're not even aware of it. So what I try to be is a goal for people to say, you're 62 years of age, then I can do it at 50. I can do it at 40. I can do it at 30. And we all have work furloughs, especially kids in college now. The work furloughs are insurmountable. Whatever the hours are, and then these kids carry jobs, plus their parents are at home. In the evening times, it's hard to spend time with them because they're tired. They get home from working out, and if they are able to work out at all, they're tired. So that's why it's important to eat right. That way you're going to sleep a little bit better. And once that starts to snowball in a proactive avenue, guess what? Your body's going to take a whole transitional turn for the better. You're going to eat right. You're going to sleep right. You're going to wake up and jump out of bed like a gazelle, and I promise you, you start to minimize the inflammation in your body. The little injuries, the little aches and pains that you have, you're going to be able to recharge your body. And that's why I said tonight, take Friday nights as a time to, most people say, I'm going out to party on Friday nights. Well, on Friday nights, I like to sit at home and I like to take stock and say, I'm going to recharge. I'm going to refocus. Maybe Saturday I'll play golf. Maybe Saturday I'll walk with my significant other and my 9-year-old to the park or to the zoo. I'll have a good time. I'll get stress out of my brain. I won't even walk, mile or two, but I'll enjoy my time away from the gym so that when I get back to the gym, I can focus and make that 10 or 15 minutes count in my life. And whether it's at a gym, whether it's at home on your own elliptical or your stationary or your bicycle or whatever it is you're doing, make sure you do it for 15 to 20 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes, 3 times, 4 times a week. And I promise you, if you start to eat better, eat salads, eat eggs, eat fish, eat chicken, eat vegetables, eat fruits, but take out the milks, take out the breads, take out the white carbs, take out the sugars, try to stop booze for some length of time, enjoy your life, and try to not smoke if you do smoke, and try to do the right things for 1 day, for 3 days, for 1 week, for 3 weeks, and before you know it, a year's gone by, and there's some people out there who have made transitions that will absolutely blow your mind. And it's not that hard, folks. If you're just proactive about it and you take your steps and you're focusing on the here and now, you don't worry about yesterday because you can't control it, and you can't control tomorrow because you may not be here. But if you're in the now and you think, recharge, refocus, I got to do what's right. This is the game. This is the game of life, and it's very important that we know, hey, this is my life. Not texting while I'm driving, not drinking sweet coffees to have myself rushing and spinning and thinking 100 different things a minute, because we live in a fast-paced world. But if you can slow your thoughts down, recharge and refocus every Friday like I do, guess what? You save yourself going out, spending a lot of money, going out. Sure, you may want to go out with your girlfriend or your wife or your husband and have a good time, but make sure at some point in time before the weekend, you sit there by yourself or with her or with him, and you sit there for a good half hour and you talk about health. You talk about fitness. You talk about your life, because your life is everything to you. And your kids are emulating everything that you do. Your friends are. Your parents are. So it means a lot for you to be a sounding board so people can look at you. Actions will always speak louder than words, and you don't need to say it. And irregardless of what people say, when you start making those gains and those results start coming, because they'll come quick, if you eat right and you train right for just 15 to 20 minutes a day, 3 to 4 days a week, I promise you, they'll come quick. And forget what people say if they say, what products are you taking? What steroids are you taking? I always tell people, thank you, I did that 30 years ago. I'm flattered. You know, if it's such time in my life I need it and things aren't working, at 63 years of age, I promise you I'll seek a doctor out and I'll try to take advantage of it so I can have a better quality of life. That's not to say I'm a drug artist or I'm a steroid head. It's to say I want to take full advantage of the opportunities that are out there available to me so I can still have a good quality of life. So remember, eat right, recharge your body, refocus, and take one day at a time. And just 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day in the comfort of your own house. I have myself a pair of bands, and all they are is they're resistance bands, and I do sets of 100 real fast for curls. I'll do them for shoulders. You know, I'll hold on to them and do lunges backwards, or I'll do my own lunges holding on to a couch or a chair, or calf raises, or I'll do push-ups on the ground on my knees to save my lower back. But there's so many ways you can do so many exercises in the comfort of your own home. If you feel like you're a little embarrassed, you're out of shape, you don't quite have that fitness level where you have that level of confidence that you want to walk into a gym and feel like you're not out of place, do it in the comfort of your own home. Forget what everybody else says. Focus, recharge, look in the mirror, and know that you're going to be better for it. You're going to feel better, you're going to look better, and I promise you, in no time at all, the results are going to be so drastic that you will never, ever quit. So please, you guys have a great weekend. Chill out on the drinking, stop the smoking, try not to eat so much junk food, and 4 days a week, 3 days a week, just make changes, 15 to 20 minutes a day. Do some form of exercise, if nothing more than fast walking, and I promise you, not only will you recharge your body, you'll get results, you'll feel better, and your quality of life will drastically improve. And you don't need steroids. There are so many products that are available right now that are molecules away from the products that are out there that you think all these bodybuilders are throwing into their bodies. Believe it or not, they're taking advantage of a lot of the protein powders and the products that are on the shelves of the GNCs and the vitamin shops and the nutritional shops that are out there by the thousands. I promise you, there are some incredible products that a lot of these bodybuilders put their names on. I've tried them, and I promise you, the proteins from Jay Cutler's proteins to the carnivore to Phil Heath has had some great stuff. Ronnie Coleman has some incredible proteins. Dorian Yates, and the lists go on. So I promise you, get with a person who knows it. If you don't, you can contact me. I'll always give you 5 answers of 5 different proteins, 5 different vitamin C's, B vitamins, folic acids for your brain, E, whatever it is, whatever you want to know. If you're feeling a little lethargic, I promise you, look me up, hit me up on Facebook. I'll be glad to help you. I'm helping people every single day of my life. It's my passion. I totally enjoy it, and I think it keeps me going. And hey, at 62, I'm like the Energizer Bunny. I just have a couple of more wrinkles than the younger folks out there, but my physique looks okay. I feel good, and I recuperate probably like a 30-year-old. So at 62, that's not bad. I'm enjoying life, and I hope you guys do too, and you girls do too. You guys are all awesome, and I'll see you next time. This is Greg Comeaux. Have a great weekend. God bless you all.